The concept of incidental, ancillary or implied powers is quite simple. If I give someone a job to repair something, then it is understood that I have also given that person the implicit powers to use the required tools to do the job. Similarly, the Constitution confers certain obligations or duties on the government. To perform those duties or obligations, the Constitution also grants some powers to the government. The powers that are specifically mentioned are explicit powers. The powers that are not specifically mentioned but are understood to be required by the government to perform its duties or obligations are implicit powers. For example, the Constitution makes it the duty of the government to work towards the welfare and the security of the country. To perform this duty, the Constitution grants the government the explicit powers to pass laws to levy and collect taxes. It is also understood that the power to levy and collect taxes includes the implicit powers to pass laws to prevent the evasion of taxes. These implicit powers are also referred to as incidental, ancillary or implied powers. These implied powers are logical because they allow the legislature to work effectively by allowing it to pass laws that are necessary and connected to already enacted laws. While deciding if any powers can be implied or not, there are two ground rules that the court will always follow. First, the implied or the incidental powers must be genuinely required for the exercise of the main power and not merely for convenience. And the connection between the main powers and the implied powers must be real and close and not remote and tenuous. Like in the example I mentioned, the implied power to create laws to prevent the evasion of taxes is genuinely required for the exercise of the main power to create laws for the levy of taxes. And the connection between these two powers is actually real and close. The principle of incidental or implied powers was reiterated by the court in the state of Rajasthan versus G. Chawla case, where the court held that the power to legislate on a topic includes the power to legislate on an ancillary matter, which can be said to be reasonably included in the main topic.